think it got connected here, so. Okay. Third time's the charm. Hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed, hoping that this is going to work. Finally, I can hear your voice. Oh my
Yay!
goodness. I'm so
You
sorry
did.
about that.
No, it's absolutely
I
fine.
was,
No problem. It
yeah,
happens. Yeah.
I was just asking people if they find connection problems relatable or not.
Yeah. It's a
Have,
very profound question, like connection from
I
deep
know.
inside and connection from technology, right?
I
Very
know.
difficult.
Road to enlightenment. Have you have you ever had problems like these in the past, like where
Well,
you're doing a live stream and you're just like, you
yeah.
know, struggling with the connection?
Yeah, there was once which had happened. So I was interviewing a very big blogger from Indonesia. She's like number
Mm.
one from that country. And
Yeah.
this was during the lockdown. And I think some cyclone was coming or something.
Oh, okay.
And my voice was echoing, and it was for the first time. So what I had to do is like I had to speak very slowly, very,
Mm.
very, very slowly. Like I had to
Mm.
pause, and once the echo is over, then I go to the next sentence. And then it was kind of funny, but yeah, we still did it. Yeah.
I think this is something, a skill that you can add to your resume, you know? Just like we are able to handle like a glitch in the connection on Instagram Live.
Yeah, true, true. You learn with life. After you become a traveler, then you can
Yeah,
handle anything. This is
I
nothing.
know.
Trust me. This
I
is nothing.
swear. I'm sure it is. So
Yeah.
yeah, we were just in the middle of asking what travel means to you because you have traveled so much, like almost your entire life.
Right, right. I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, for me, travel is, I still get that excitement like when you take kids now, when they see
Yeah.
anything new, they still
Mm.
jump with excitement. So every
Yeah.
new place I visit, every new person I meet, every new dish I have, it
Mm.
still gives me that excitement where I just want to fill that up. Like I want to be in that moment all the
Yeah.
time. So that has always happened, and it's always the stories. It's always the things that we don't know about. So whenever
Mm.
there's one thing which I don't like about some people. I would be when they go to a place, they
Mm.
tend to compare it with the earlier place that they would have been to. They would say, oh, this is nothing. You get much better. Like when you go to cheese, like suppose if you go to Slovakia, you would say, oh, we get much better cheese in Switzerland. My
Mm.
whole point is that when you're visiting a place, remove your comparative lenses. Just enjoy the soul of that place. Every person is unique. Value
Yeah.
them, what they bring to the table. So
Mm.
that is what has been with me. So whenever I go to new place, I always look out for interesting content, interesting stories. So
Mm.
that is what keeps me going. It's always the new thing, like kids have na finding
Yeah.
something new. That's why they're so
Yeah.
happy. So that's why travel makes me happy. Yeah.
I know. So have you always been into this sustainable travel thing, or is it something that you just
No, no, no.
recently got into?
Yeah, actually, it hasn't been always sustainable. Okay, because I come from army background, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
taking care of the nature, like growing your own vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
eating healthy,
Yeah.
staying healthy, that has always been a part of my life. But
Mm.
it has never been, where I was actively pursuing sustainability. But it changed for me when I visited Scandinavia a couple of times, when
Mm-hmm.
I visited Japan, and when I visited small countries like, say, for example, even a country like Laos, which is such a
Mm-hmm.
small country, or
Mm-hmm.
even Philippines, other places, or Korea for
Mm-hmm.
that matter. So those people, they are living a different kind of a life, and I've realized less is more in today's world.
Yeah, so true.
You can do much better when you have lesser things, lesser people in
Mm.
life, like just good people, a good relationship.
Tell me
Not,
about it.
yeah. So having a life with less clutter is always
Hmm.
good. So
True.
sustainability came from that point, and it has really made me happy. Yeah.
So, which year was it when that started?
I would say in the last three years is when I
Mm-hmm.
have been actively pursuing it, in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
like I am actively trying to reduce from my life. I'm trying
Yeah.
to calculate my carbon footprint, and that is the reason
Mm.
why I take so many trips together, or go on longer trips than going for like short trip. I even calculate the carbon footprint that I would be creating. So I
Mm-hmm.
genuinely I go back and research which flight I'm taking, how much is it, is there a way
Mm-hmm.
to offset that carbon, and
Yeah.
sharing those stories. Can I not buy new clothes? Can I not
Mm-hmm.
waste things? Can I recycle? And now I'm getting more into renting thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
in India, we have this hoarding concept. Jitna bhi hai
Yeah.
sab samet lo. Kal
Uh-huh.
ho na ho, right?
I know.
Which is the concept that even I have come up with. Even my mom is like
Mm.
that. Ki beta,
Yeah.
abhi, when lockdown was happening, so my mom was saying, lockdown aane wala hai, there will be
Mm.
nothing. Tum jaake saman le lo, khub sara le lo.
Mm.
Mom, I stay alone. I don't need
Mm.
so much, and I just want
Mm.
whatever I need. And trust me, for the last 2.5, 3 months, I'm just okay. I have not run out of anything at all. So I think it's in the last 3 years that I have been actively following this less is more philosophy, and that
Mm.
more important is to give it back also,
Mm.
to the
That's true.
world that we live in, to the people that are with us. So what can you
Mm-hmm.
do? Like, asking is one thing, but you have to
Mm.
also give. So trying to
Yeah,
manage that balance, yeah.
that's true. So, during the last almost 3 months of lockdown, where have you been stuck?
Where I've been stuck. I would have
Yeah.
been really happy if I would have stuck somewhere else. Like, I was in Maldives just before the lockdown started. So I would
Yeah.
have really loved to be stuck in Maldives. I would have not complained at all. But, I have been here in my home in Delhi, because thankfully
Okay.
when I went in to Maldives that time, now they
Mm-hmm.
were already taking precautions. They were already wearing masks. They were already doing thermal scans and stuff like that. So I got a sense that this thing
Yeah.
is here to stay. It is not going to
Mm-hmm.
go far. So I had a lot of trips, a lot of things planned, but
Yeah.
I consciously took a decision to not go anywhere. Yeah,
Mm.
honeymoon couple. Yeah. They've been stuck there. A lot of people have been stuck
Yeah,
there.
we
I
heard
would have been
that story
happy.
got a lot of.
Yeah, I would have been happy even if I was stuck alone. Yeah, I've had fishes, good food and everything.
Yeah.
So, but I'm stuck at my home and I'm not complaining. It has given
Mm.
me a lot of time to reflect in. So I'm
Mm.
happy. A lot of new things I've been doing in this time.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing like your stories and just your wishes and opinions with us. Like we're going to keep this a little upbeat because of
Okay.
like the whole glitch and everything. It kind of like ruined the vibe for a while there, but we're back on track, so that's all good.
Absolutely. Right.
So we are going to be playing this rapid fire game,
Oh,
and I have a few questions for you. But
huh?
the interesting thing is we are going to be using a timer, and
Okay.
it's just you have just 90 seconds to answer all the questions. So
Okay.
either you run out of time or we run out of questions.
Okay. Bring it
So
on.
are you ready?
Absolutely.
Okay. Beginning in three, two, one. Okay. So, which destination would you associate the following people with? Narendra Modi,
Narendra Modi, I think India.
Ranveer,
56 inch ka seena, Hindutva, everything is in India. Yeah.
Ranveer Singh,
Ranveer Singh, Switzerland, because I've seen the posters of him in Switzerland, like boarding on the train. Yeah.
Kim Kardashian.
USA, only stupid people live in USA. Sorry.
Oh my God. Okay,
Sorry,
so
I didn't see that.
what are three items you never travel without?
Okay, one is my camera. It's always there in my bag. Then my phone is always there, and then probably my address where I'm going. Yeah, three
Okay,
things.
your top three favorite destinations.
Top three: Japan, New Zealand, and Scandinavia as a region. Yeah.
Where would you like to get stranded for the rest of your life?
Uh, any of these three places? No, not Japan. Japan is a little difficult. I would say Antarctica.
Okay, if you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you be?
I would want to be with the
We
penguins.
are are out of
almost said
time.
it! Yay! Almost said it!
We are out of time, and you were able to you managed to answer ha 4 questions, right?
Okay. Okay.
So we had a few more questions, but
Oh,
that's okay.
shit. Shit.
That's okay. That was still fun. It was still fun doing that with you.
Yeah. Okay, I thought that 90 questions, 90 seconds for maybe one question. Sorry, I would have kept my answer smaller.
Oh.
We need to come back
Yeah.
for one
Okay.
more.
Okay. We'll revisit that some other time.
Yeah.
But that was fun. Also, we have like a few questions for you from our viewers and our followers. Yesterday we did
Okay.
like this story where we asked people to just send in their questions if they had any questions
Right.
that they would want to ask you.
Okay.
And some of them sent in some really interesting questions.
Uh-huh.
And I see that we also have a question here. It says, what do you think how people's perspective will change now towards the expected and soul feeding from travel?
Wow, what a
Okay, this is.
brilliant question. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Now, firstly, the fear is there in people's mind. So,
Hmm,
thankfully, what is going to happen is the over tourism or the
hmm,
destinations or the places which
hmm,
were like people were really running after. That's going to
hmm,
take a
hmm.
back seat. People would
Yeah.
would put health first, health, safety,
Hmm,
and exploration first, which is how travel
hmm.
should have always been. And
Yeah.
second thing is one positive side which I see from this is like they'll become more conscious about the environment, about the sustainability.
Hmm,
Because
hmm,
ultimately, if we are gonna damage this planet, it's gonna come and hit us back. This
hmm,
coronavirus is a very small trailer of how it can hit us
hmm.
badly. So that
Yeah.
is what I see. People are gonna go more on road trips, more on
Hmm.
adventure, more on
Yeah.
staycation kind of trip. Not
Yeah.
so much about faraway places, like
Hmm.
more hiking, trekking, those kind of trips. More with their close knit than going on a big bus filled
Hmm.
with strangers. So that's what I see
Okay.
in the near
So
future.
from yesterday's story, we have a few interesting questions, and
Okay.
these are some are kind of really interesting. It's kind of
Okay. Uh,
funny as well, but
uh,
we are also really curious about some of these.
okay.
So we have one person. We have Aman Agarwal who asks, if you're traveling solo, who's the one who clicks your pictures?
Okay, so most of the time it's me only. I There's a reason why I carry my tripod. So
Hmm.
like some of my favorite and best pictures of mine are clicked
Hmm.
by me because it's very difficult for me to get satisfied with a picture. So it
Yeah.
takes so much time to explain the person the kind of shot I want.
Hmm.
So the timer and the tripod comes handy. But
Hmm.
at times, say for example, like recently when I went to Maldives, so there was my videographer was traveling with me.
Hmm.
So at times he clicked some pictures of mine, but mostly it's me or I tell strangers if I can't
Hmm.
place. Like say for example, there was one shot of my Maldives one where I'm wearing red dress and I'm standing. So we were in the buggy
Hmm.
in the middle of the ocean.
Hmm.
And I really like that setting. So I asked the
Hmm.
buggy guy to stop. I said, wait, wait, wait. And I gave him the phone on the wide angle and I told him, this is the angle I want. I first made him
Hmm.
stand there. I said, I
Hmm.
clicked a picture for him and I said, this is what I want. You just have to click it. Don't do
Hmm.
anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, at times I do that. Like the person who's with me or like some stranger, but I compose the shot for them. I tell them what
Mm.
I'm looking for. I don't believe them completely when it comes to pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a nomadic Avi saying, "Be careful of strangers, though, especially in Eastern Europe."
But I'll tell you, I have had the just opposite experience of this. I believe that
Hmm.
strangers would rather help you than hurt you. The
Hmm.
world is inherently a good place. It is what we hear in
Hmm.
news that makes it, oh, be scared of
Hmm.
strangers. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna abduct
Hmm.
you. No, nothing happens. They
Yeah.
will actually go out of their way to help you. And if you are a girl, you have an added
Hmm.
advantage. Trust me. You just have to make that face that you don't know anything and you're sorted.
Knowing your strength, huh?
Sorry?
Um, knowing your strength.
Oh yeah,
Strength.
completely. Completely. It has happened with me so many times. Like
Hmm.
when I would take the map. of
Hmm.
some place, and when I look at it, or I try to see the big maps which are there in these European
Hmm.
countries or Japan, so I get that
Hmm.
look on my face. Like, I don't try it deliberately, but I tend to
Hmm.
have that look. Oh, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I'm just like lost in this world. And then suddenly some stranger, like it happens with, like, it's not the guys who's come, it's the girls also.
Yeah.
You think, hey, can I
Hmm.
help you? Where do you want to go? Can I
Yeah.
drop you and all that? So it has come very handy. Yeah, for solo travelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree what Meet says in South Africa. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, South Africa. No, Baba. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. South Africa, you shouldn't take your wallet or phone with you when you're going out. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that is
Well,
scary.
that's a word of advice. Good word of advice there.
No, that
Uh,
happens in Cape Town usually.
hmm.
Cape Town is little dangerous. Yeah.
Hmm. So, we have Rahul Kumar asking, what's your real job that you earn and travel so much?
Interesting question. Okay, they're asking me all my secrets, huh?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my real job is, until 2017, I was in advertising and marketing.
Hmm.
So, आप जो कोक पीते हो या फिर आप जो ESPN के पे मैचेस देखते थे, क्रिकेट मैचेस
Hmm.
वगैरह, so I used to make brand strategies for them or
Hmm.
anything, so that is my bread and butter.
Hmm.
So I still help brands with their, when it comes to business strategy, when it comes
Hmm.
to their communication strategy.
Hmm.
Before the lockdown, I used to handle social media, a few clients, work on
Hmm.
few campaigns, because marketing is my strength. And you
Hmm.
should never leave your strengths. The 15
Hmm.
years which I've spent in advertising, they are
Hmm.
gold to me. I would
Yeah.
never unlearn or never let them go. So
Hmm.
that used to give me money. Then plus I write for a lot of publications, newspapers, speak at some conferences. So it's
Hmm.
not one thing, it's multiple things that I do with. But let me tell you, now my philosophy has changed completely. Now it's not about money. Money, if
Hmm.
I wanted to be in money, I would not leave my career, my expat life.
Yeah.
More
Hmm.
about the experiences. I just need to earn a little bit of money by which I can
Hmm.
survive and
Hmm.
travel. Yeah.
Okay.
So 60% of my money goes in travel, 60 to 70%. Yeah.
Hmm. So we have one last question here. It's by Manas V. Suchak. She
Mm-hmm.
wants to know what are some of the safe international destinations for solo women travelers. You should know, but
Yeah. Okay. I feel Europe is definitely very safe, but let's start with
hmm.
Asia first, because I think
Hmm.
after the lockdown, people are going to travel more in
Hmm.
Asia. So
Hmm.
in Asia, I found Laos to be very, very safe. Laos is like,
Hmm.
there you don't even find a police person there. If you would
Hmm.
drop something in the market, you're going to go and get it back.
Hmm.
It is that safe.
Wow.
People, it's
Hmm.
a Buddhist country, and Buddhist
Hmm.
people are inherently very good natured. They help. So Laos is something which is very, very good place that you can travel to. Vietnam and Cambodia, I found them extremely nice places.
Hmm.
In a sense, I was traveling all by myself, but be scared about scams. Scams
Hmm.
not to like hurt you because you're a female,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
like these taxi scams and all that. So read
Hmm.
about it. But they're a good country to explore. Thailand is obviously very safe.
Hmm.
Philippines is quite safe. Japan, oh
Hmm.
my God, Japan you can travel with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
And Europe, I would say I really like Eastern Europe, North, Scandinavia. Oh my God,
Hmm.
Scandinavia, anywhere. You can travel
Hmm.
anywhere. Yeah, Singapore is good. Singapore is good.
Hmm.
But for me, Singapore is more like a concrete jungle. Singapore, Dubai,
Yeah.
Hong Kong, they're nice, but
Hmm.
I can go there like when I need to party with my friends or when I need to just go shopping. I don't shop, but earlier I
Hmm.
used to go for shopping trips and all just to give company to my friends.
Yeah.
So that time, but when I'm looking for my own solo trip, I would
Yeah.
rather treat towards mountains. Even Nepal is good. Nepal is safer
Hmm.
than Nepal is very safe, especially
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Kathmandu is not. Kathmandu is okay, like any other city. But
Huh.
the moment you go out of the city, places are usually very safe.
Hmm. I'm sure. But with that, like our first session comes to an end. And although like I would really like to say sorry for like, the glitch that happened in between
No, no, no,
to
no
you
worries.
and to the viewers, but I think like it has been really great just being able to communicate with you like this, like just speak to you. and get to learn about all your stories and the things that you know you have talked to us about your experiences, and that has been very helpful and just really interesting to listen to. So,
I love.
would you like to leave like a positive message for viewers who are eager to travel again?
Yeah. There's only one thing which I would like to say is, that
Mm,
it's very important that you follow the rules, keep safe distancing, and
mm,
probably at the moment don't travel. Don't
mm,
travel unless and until the situation is little control. Do only
mm,
essential travel if you can. But once the virus is under control, once we have
mm,
flattened the curve,
mm.
please, please, please travel. You have no idea how many families are going out of business, how travel
Yeah.
feeds every 10th person in the world, and all
Mm,
those places have been, like they're struggling really, really big time. I talk in and
mm,
out every day with these people. If
mm.
we guys don't travel, 40 to 60% of the businesses won't exist, and the
True.
small and medium businesses would be the hardest hit. So
Mm,
please travel, but travel sustainably. Choose the destinations, the tour operators, the guides, which are giving
mm.
it back to the planet, which are
Yeah.
doing it in the right way. But please
Mm,
don't give up on travel. Travel is not supposed to be given up. One
definitely.
virus shouldn't have that much control over our life, that it can
Definitely.
change us. It's just a tiny virus which we can't
Yeah.
even see by own eyes. We just need
Mm,
to be more positive about it. So that's what I
yeah.
will say. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Your
Yeah.
Koma Bajaj saying
Yeah.
that was because there's like a really heavy thunderstorm like storm going on right now, like heavy
Right.
rainfall and everything. So it's probably the reason why we had those issues earlier.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe.
so this was a fantastic session with you. I hope the people viewing this, both from our side and yours as well, like had a great time. Thank you, Archana, for joining us. It was so great talking to you, honestly. And thank you to all our viewers who tuned into this session. We will be going live with your favorite travel influencers every Friday, so watch this space for more. Have a great night. Have a good
Thanks
night,
a lot,
Archana.
Shruti. Take
It was
care.
really nice
Bye.
talking to
Lovely
you.
talking to
Bye.
you.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you. Bye.